and our other neighborhoods. So don't get it twisted that the kids don't want to sign on. But the other thing, I'm going to say, I'm gonna let it go for now. I'm going to table it. Health, education is not more important than breathing, guys. Can we just remember that? So sending our kids to school and they can't breathe, what good is an education if you're not living? And we need our teachers. We're going to get through this. Can we say together? Wait a minute, we're in together. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. Give her another hand. See? They're coming up here with fire. So now, I don't know who's coming behind them, but you better come with some fire behind your butt. Okay? Thank you, Carolyn, for that. And next on our program is Lavette Coney. She's a mother. She's a teacher. She's a voice for racial justice, effective at the building, in the power, and in her community. Give her a hand.
I have a couple of questions for everyone to ponder and to also act on. But before I tell you ask you what the questions are, I would like to preface it with the fact that we live in a race-based society centered on white supremacy, whiteness, and also on power. And the fact that the Boston School Committee is also made up of people handpicked by the mayor is the crux of the problem.
All right. There you go.
The first question is, was your voice heard in shaping the Boston Public Schools reopening plan? No. Make sure you act. If you gave input on reopening schools, has it been addressed? No. You need to act. Do you see racism influencing the school's policies for reopening? Yes. Act. Is Boston putting in the resources needed to put our children from falling behind in schools? Act. Do you know of families that don't have a reliable, high-quality internet connection for their children to learn remotely? Act. What have you seen that was positive about the government school reopening plan process? Act. Do you think people are being held accountable for how well they educate and protect the health of our public school students, teachers, and staff? Act.
Thank you for that very much. Okay, next, moving right along, is Cecil Carey, and he's from the Boston Teachers Union. Give him a hand. Now, like I said, he's from the Boston Teachers Union. So if you all have any other concerns, this is who you need to come to, okay?
All right, I don't know how I'm going to follow that, but I think we'll get started with a little chant. Repeat after me. We're going to do it 4 times, all right? All power to the people. 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 All right, peace, y'all. Again, my name's Cecil Carey. I'm a teacher at Charlestown High School and a proud member of the Boston Teachers Union. We are coming here today in solidarity with City Life Vida Urbana and with educators, families, and students across the city of Boston. Many of my students at Charlestown High live in East Boston, where City Life has done some of their most important organizing, resisting gentrification, making sure our students have a safe place to live so that they can learn, so that they can progress in their lives. So we want to say we stand in solidarity with y'all. We need to have a moratorium on evictions. We need to have expansion of safe housing. And really, what I'm here today to say is that we're fighting for the soul of our city. We're fighting for the soul of our city. Is this city going to belong to the gentrifiers, to the capitalists, to the bankers? No, it's got to belong to the people. Our students in low-income housing, our immigrant communities. That's who this city belongs to. That's who we're going to be fighting for. And that's what we're here for today. And we're going to speak up for y'all as the Boston Teachers Union. Together, we're building a coalition, a movement, to make sure that we're keeping our students and their families safe. And I want to tell you a little bit more about the fight that we're having with Boston Public Schools, Superintendent Brenda Cassellius, and Mayor Marty Walsh, and Governor Baker right now. The simple fact is, and we all know it, our schools are not safe. Our schools are not safe right now. Even before this pandemic, our schools were underfunded due to racist lack of support for our black and brown students. We've been underfunded. Our schools have been dirty. We haven't had enough supply. This pandemic has only made those problems worse. We don't have enough counselors to meet our students' needs. This is a traumatic event that we've gone through. Our students need support. They need those social and emotional needs. We can't just be focused on sending them back so that their parents can go to work. We got to focus on them as humans first. That's what we're fighting for. And look, I want to say a couple things. We know that the spring was very hard for our students and their families, and for teachers as well. Us teachers, when we say we need to start remote, we're not asking for a vacation. That's very important. We're not asking for a repeat of the spring. Because what we had in the spring, that wasn't remote learning. That was crisis learning. We're in the middle of a crisis. Our students don't have internet. They're sick and worried about getting sick. We need the time and the resources to do remote learning right. That's what we're demanding from Boston Public Schools. We're not asking for a vacation. We miss our kids. We miss our students. Believe me, I want to go back to Charlestown High and see my students. But the fact is that right now, it's not safe. So, we're asking for planning that includes union educators, students, and their families. We need a phased-in